shame-free life.
Regardless of where you are from coast to coast or from country to country, more than likely you have experienced driving on a freeway or a highway. One thing I've noticed is that people switch lanes on the freeway for so many different reasons. I've witnessed street races, highway, freeway races, where they're just racing down the freeway and they have to switch lanes or crash into someone else. I've also witnessed people switching lanes to get into the fast lane because they've got to make it to their next destination in 5 seconds flat. I've witnessed people, including myself, switching lanes because the person that's in front of you is driving 15 to 20 miles under the speed limit. So let me switch lanes and get from behind this snail. Some people switch lanes because they understand that I need to get off this freeway and exit the freeway because 2 exits down from where I am right now is my destination. Switching lanes and changing directions. If you are in a place in life right now where you have or you are overcoming trauma, loss, grief, and now what you thought was solid in your life is questionable, you may be embarking upon rediscovering who you are. So you're switching lanes to change directions, to now uncover or rediscover who you truly are. See, to rediscover who we truly are is a beautiful thing, because means to do over or to do again. And oftentimes in life, we have discovered glimpses of who we truly are, but for whatever reason, we didn't embrace that. Maybe because of distractions that have come into our lives, being derailed. Maybe discovering who we truly are and it's not popular. So to be liked by people, especially in the age of social media, then I'm going to become something that I'm not to forfeit who I truly am. I don't like my identity, so let me remain in this lane and just ride it out. But when things happen in your life that will cause you to now reevaluate yourself and switch lanes, it's because now it's time to change directions. And when you change directions, when you get to your destination, you'll begin to discover and uncover your true identity that's more than enough. And also in switching lanes and changing directions, there are going to be a lot of people in your life that's going to question the moves that you're making. They're going to question the fact that, you know what, you're moving erratic. I don't understand why you're doing what you're doing. I don't understand why you're moving to where you're moving to. I don't understand why we can't hang out and we can't kick it, and I don't understand you anymore. That's because they are in the same lane that you were in. See, you had to switch lanes. Because in order to get to your purpose, in order to get to the next exit that's leading to your destination or your destiny, there are going to be people that are riding beside you in life, be it family, be it friends, be it churches, whoever. They're going to be people that are passengers with you that can no longer ride with you. And I just want to encourage you, family, because it's not for them to truly understand. Because people who are a part of your purpose and are a part of your destination or your destiny, they will understand. Even though they may not understand all of the components that's going on in your life, they may not have any answers, they may not have any suggestions, but they're there for support because they see you becoming a much better person. They see that you are going back to now rediscover what you discovered before that you pushed to aside, your identity. They're seeing the efforts that you're making in becoming a much better man, a much better woman. So if you're doing that, if you have enough courage and fortitude to do that, obviously you know exactly who you are or becoming, and you understand that you have a purpose and you're driving to it. So I can't expect for you to make the same moves in life, to remain in the same lane in life, to have the same mentality in life, because it's time for you to switch lanes and change directions. Some people you're going to have to leave behind when you take on the mentality of switching lanes to change directions, to get to a purpose. Because it's not that they're bad people. Some of them may be, especially if they are a part of certain addictions and certain lifestyles that is not a part of the new you, the new lane, the new direction. You got to let them go. But they may be on a different course in life. And oftentimes because of loneliness, because of familiarity, because of just being comfortable, we will not show people their exit as we veer off and switch lanes and change directions to get to our exit, which will lead us to our purpose. So we keep these people on board with us. You know, it's almost like, NFL teams or college teams for that matter, but we'll just say for the sake of example, NFL teams. The head coach is responsible for that team. He may not be a linebacker, a quarterback, a defensive back, part of the O-line or the D-line or a tight end or wide receiver. But the people that he put in those positions, the players, they must have the competence and the skill set to be able to not just maintain those positions, but operate at optimal level. If not, the general manager, along with the owner of that NFL team, will visit that coach. You know what? You need to bench this player. He's not ready. He's inexperienced. He's cost us a game. If that head coach doesn't make adjustments, if that head coach doesn't switch lanes, to change directions, to move that team to a place of becoming winners and competing for a Super Bowl title, that general manager will fire that head coach, or that general manager will find himself being fired by the owner. Why? Because the head coach is responsible for the productivity, the success, or the failure of that team. There are many people in our lives that we have to reevaluate their position in our lives. Why are you here? Because I have a vision for my life. I have a vision concerning my purpose. I've denied myself long enough. Now I'm on the road to rediscovery, self-discovery, and to take on my identity so that I can move into my destiny. And so if you're not reevaluating these people that are on your team, they're costing you wins while you're accepting multiple losses. Because just like the head coach of any NFL team, at the end of the day, and there have been many coaches hired and fired, at the end of the day, the success and the failure of every team falls upon the head coach. You and I are the head coach of our own lives and purpose. You may not be responsible for what happened in your life. You may not be responsible for the tragedy, for the trauma, but you are responsible for your own inner healing. You are responsible for your own purpose in life. And if you have to switch lanes to change directions, to change your mindset, to change your perception of who you are and your purpose, then I advise you and myself to do it, because you are the head coach of your own life. And at the end of the day, the person that is responsible for our success and our failure is not the devil, because the word of God, Yeshua, teaches us that he's given us all power over all of the power of the enemy. So if you have the same power that he has given you, as well as myself, then we're without excuse. So the success and the failure of our purpose, of our identity, falls on the head coach. Who is the head coach? Look in the mirror. That's the head coach. Make your necessary cuts from your team. Make the necessary adjustments concerning those who are on your team and those that are costing you wins, and you've been accepting multiple losses. It's time for that head coach to make some adjustments by switching lanes and changing directions. I would rather cut individuals from my team and win than to get cut myself and suffer the greatest loss. And the greatest loss is not reaching your full potential in life. So until the next time, as I always say, that your life begins when you say so, and switching lanes and changing directions begins when you say so. Until next time, shame-free life.
Yeah, shame-free life, shame-free life, shame-free life, yeah. Shame-free life, shame-free life, shame-free life, shame-free life, shame-free.